on my block, near my rim, this AD. I'm trying to wear some gold like a Laker number 3. Hit the liquor store, grab your strap and the EBT. Then back at the door with Cheetos and Arizona tea. What's good, everybody? It is your man's AD from LB. And this is the AD from LB Talk Show. Yo, if you're tuning in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you don't like it, you can dislike it if you don't want. It's your opinion. You can call me anything, whether you like me, whether you don't, what I should do, what I'm doing wrong. Subscribe to stay informed. And if you're tuning in, you can leave this video running on while you're in the shower. Get that wash time going. Yeah, so hope everybody's good. It's great. Hope you guys have a good and safe weekend. Yeah, what I wanted to talk about today, first off, is a little bit about music. I haven't spoke to y'all about music in a minute. Last album I talked about was Donda, and how I gave it a 6 out of 10. Trying to listen to it a little bit more. I like a little bit more. I like how the album's put together. But I really wanted to talk about Certified Lover Boy and the Melodic Blue today. Certified Lover Boy, as you know, is Drake's album. The Melodic Blue is Baby Keem's album. Listening to Certified Lover Boy, I can see why they call Drake the Six God. Because everything he releases are sixes now. And I see that he's blowing up on streaming charts, on billboards. I listened to the album 4 times myself. I finally fixed my sleeping schedule. But this is just my opinion, guys. I'm not going to say the album is shitty. It's not. I guess I did have high expectations. But I don't know why when I know Drake isn't really an album act. He's more of a single act. He'll go for that radio play, go for the billboard. From this album, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's because it's too long. I feel like there's a lot of songs that he doesn't need, and a lot of songs that he just don't really try on, that he's giving lazy bars to. Like that song, Way Too Sexy. He starts off, okay, alright, okay, alright. Bro, why do you sound like Stevie from Malcolm in the Middle? That disabled guy in the wheelchair that had asthma. That's how you sound like. I wasn't messing with that lazy flow. I'm not trying to say all the songs are bad. They're solid. I'll say it's mids. That's why it's 6 out of 10. The songs that I do enjoy, Girl Wants Girl. That song is a banger. He's a lesbian. Love All, Jay-Z, because Jay-Z's in it. Fair Trade, that goes hard. Yeba's Heartbreak. Knife Talk. I like when 21 Savage comes in and murders shit. You Only Live Twice. Fountains. Other than that, I wasn't really that much of a fan. I really don't enjoy Way Too Sexy. I hear that shit too much. So that's my opinion on it. The other album I wanted to talk about was The Melodic Blue, Baby Keem's album. If you don't know Baby Keem, that's Kendrick Lamar's little cousin, PG Lang. PG Lang is the label that he started off, Kendrick, Baby Keem, with Dave Free, the director, the guy that be making crazy ass music videos. This album I really did enjoy, and you know what it is with Certified Lover Boy that I don't really like too? I think it's because we're all comparing it to Donda, and I like Donda more. So if I rate Donda like a 7 right now, I can't give Certified Lover Boy a 7 because it's not better than Donda. And I think it's just the album cover of Certified Lover Boy. It's all those emojis. I don't know how that's emoji will last 10 years from now. Because when I listen to music, I try to see how it's going to last in the future. That's how I go. But, anyways, Melodic Blue. This album I really enjoyed. I personally give it an 8 out of 10. My favorite songs from the album: Issues, Range Brothers, Lost to Souls, Scars, First Order of Business, 16, Family Ties. A lot of good songs. See, I think what the album did successfully is that he tried out. He was experimental. Baby Keem was experimental with this album. He wasn't afraid to fail, and I hear a young Kanye, 808 and Heartbreaks in the album with songs like Scars and Issues. You hear the drums. Um, you can tell that he really studies the game, and it doesn't help that your cousin is one of the greatest artists of all time. Um, Range Brothers, I know people are hating on it because of the top of the morning. Let's get this shit. But guys, come on, that song is all about just them joking around towards the end, messing it around. If I were to nitpick and say the songs that I don't like, I probably will say "Gorgeous," "Coco," "South Africa." Uh, those songs were all right. South Africa, I do like to. It's just I don't know how often I could play it without getting tired of it, and that's my opinion. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was the NBA season. Shit, NBA is coming back. I've missed basketball so long. It's been a minute since the Suns and the Bucks played. But Giannis killed shit, and now we're waiting to see if the Lakers will work out. We got Westbrook, we got Melo, we got a lot of young heads, and old heads. I think it's gonna go well together, and then we gotta see if the Nets can stay healthy, because a big component to why the Suns and Bucks were in the finals last year was because of their health. Strictly because of their health. Suns played a Laker without AD. They played a Nuggets without Jamal Murray. Clippers without Kawhi. Not to say that they didn't deserve to go to the finals. That's just my observation that I made. They still earned their trip. They still played really well. I just don't see them moving on to the finals this year. With Bucks, I can see them going back because they already have that established chemistry. They have Drew Holiday still, Giannis, and Chris Middleton. I thought PJ Tucker was a big loss that they had, but overall they still have those three to build off. And as long as you got those three, you have a fighting chance. But we'll see what the Nuggets do. Not the Nuggets. I mean the Nets. We'll see if Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden could all stay healthy. Because I think we all know that they're probably the best team in the East. I mean, they had a really good regular season record. They barely lost to the Bucks in what, 7 games without a healthy Kyrie Irving. So we'll see how that goes. But I just want to talk about from the NBA. I just want to talk about the top 5 players. See, for now, I think the top 5 players, you got to have LeBron at 1. And then number 2, see, how I separate this is 2A and 2B. You have Giannis and Kevin Durant. I don't think any one of them is worse than the other because they have their own attributes that they're strong at. Like Kevin Durant, he's obviously a better scorer, but Giannis, he's a better defender. Look at his defensive player of the years he won. You can't lie about that. Uh, so yeah, I mean Kevin Durant is the most unstoppable scorer. He has so many strengths and not enough weaknesses. He can post you up. He can dribble the ball, especially being 7 foot. That's so hard to guard. His fadeaway, his pull ups. He could shoot threes. You're not containing Kevin Durant. Giannis, you could contain him a little bit more because he don't have that three yet. But even though he didn't have that three, he still was able to put up numbers against the Suns, just shooting 2 points and get to the free throw line. So that's who I see. LeBron 1, 2A, 2B, Kevin Durant, and Giannis. Number 3, no number 3 because we have two twos. But number 4, I would say is Steph Curry, as we saw from last season without a Clay, with a young squad. He still put up crazy numbers. Almost brought the Warriors to the playoffs. He can't guard him too. And then number 5, I'm gonna say Luka Doncic. I want to say AD, but that will be my Lakers bias. He has to. AD still has to show that he can be healthy in the playoffs because that's what we need him. But seeing that they have Westbrook, LeBron, and AD, I'm sure that they would rest AD because he has injury issues in the past, and we're gonna need that deep playoff run. But Luka Doncic, he can't be stopped. The only thing that's stopping him is his shitty ass team, the Mavericks, and Porzingis. You got Porzingis a heavy ass contract, and you get this big dude that you don't know if he really wants to play basketball, if he has the love and the drive to be one of the best players, because he can be with his skills and his height. As he showed in New York, he had some potential, but then he's just not living it up to the hype. You would love to see Porzingis at his height post up a little bit more, call for the ball a little bit more. Same thing I wish AD did because these guys are big and they're not going to be able to get contained. That's the only knock against Porzingis. But Luka, he's always averaging triple doubles. Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting season. The Bulls also is a team that I'm really, really excited to watch. I don't think they're gonna win the title, but I think they're gonna give the title contenders a headache in the playoffs. So you do have Lonzo Ball. He can shoot the three. He could facilitate the ball. He could play good defense. You're not asking much from Lonzo Ball, but he does his job exceptionally well, especially coming out from last season. Even with Eric Bledsoe taking up the playmaking responsibilities for the Pelicans, he still showed up. You got Alex Caruso. He has a championship with the Lakers, play really good defense. All he needs to do is touch up his offense, and I think that's what he's doing in the offseason. He can shoot the three. DeMar DeRozan can give you buckets. DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine. That dynamic duo right there, I don't know how you're going to stop that. DeMar DeRozan, he's an efficient scorer. They'll probably give you 20 a game. Zach LaVine give you 20 a game. Nikola Vucevic, the center, who they just got from the Magics. He gets buckets too. So either way, there's a lot of good scorers. You have Kobe White still. Do they have Wendell Carter? I'm not too sure, but that's it. That's a dark horse team that I'm really excited. If I have money on a dark horse team, winning the championship, it will be them. Uh, you know, I out of the East, who I see competing for the title, Nets, Bucks, and possibly the Bulls or the Celtics. Celtics, I think Celtics got Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They even got Dennis Schroeder, our leftovers from the Lakers. You know, Dennis Schroeder, he's gonna look for a bounce back season. As long as Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum are healthy, it's still developing. That dynamic duo is hard to contain against too. Trey Young, I want to see what he does coming off from that tremendous playoff run he has, knocking out the 76ers, the Knicks, even coming out from his WWE performance. He has a lot of hype right him. And then let's go to the West, who I see number one on the West for the regular season. And I could see Jazz getting number one ranked again because I feel like they're just a regular season team. Like, they're going to be healthy. They're going to play great throughout the regular season. I think Rudy Gobert's going to shut down the paint. Donovan Mitchell is a monster. He's a dog. Mike Conley just needs to stay healthy. They always dominate the regular season, so I could see them being number one again. I could see Suns getting number two, just building off the chemistry from last season. They're only going to get better. Number three, I'll say the Lakers will get number three. Clippers four. Those are probably the title favorites. But then obviously, if all the teams are healthy, everybody's gonna think the Lakers or Clippers are the title favorites from the West. So we shall see. I think Westbrook fits along with the Lakers. I think he gives LeBron the rest that he needs, and AD the rest that he needs. I was talking to the homie Travis. I was saying that Westbrook might take rest days because he's getting older, but then he was mentioning that Westbrook is a dog, and he is a dog. Much like AI, they don't take days off. They're hoopers. I don't see them giving less than 100%. With Westbrook, I see him playing every game because that's what he does. He gives 110% every game. That's makes him my favorite player. He's always going to play his heart out. And then I also wanted to transition to UFC 266 because we have a stat card coming on. We have, who do we have? We have a featherweight title championship bout. We have a women's flyweight championship bout. And then we have the return of Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. This is a pretty stacked card. I'm really looking forward to this card. It's happening tomorrow, September 25th, Saturday. This is probably one of the best cards of this year. For the featherweight title, I see it's Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega, right, for the featherweight title. I actually think Brian Ortega is going to come up with the win, even though Volkanovski did beat Max Holloway, twice. Last time he fought Max Holloway. I actually think Max Holloway won the title. He won 3 rounds out of 2. But looking at Brian Ortega's last fight against the Korean Zombie, he really got his striking together. So I could see him standing toe-to-toe with Volkanovski. And if they want to take it to the ground, Brian Ortega got that matchup. He got that advantage. He got that jiu-jitsu. So I actually see Brian Ortega winning the featherweight title. And then for the women's flyweight, Valentina Shevchenko versus Lauren Murphy. To be honest, don't really know much about Lauren Murphy. I was watching the UFC vlog to try to get to know her. The only thing I know is that she got started in MMA just by dropping her kid off at MMA practice, and that's what made her one of the UFC, which is a crazy story to hear about. She's literally just a normal person that just went into the UFC. Saw her last fight; she won by TKO. But I just don't see her standing up with Shevchenko. Shevchenko is one of the greatest female fighters of all time, right behind Amanda Nunes. Uh, the only person I could see beat Shevchenko is Nunes. Lauren Murphy, though she's a fighter, she got the stand up. Shevchenko is just a whole package. I mean, we thought Jessica Andrade might have been one of her toughest competition, but even she made her look like light work. She got her to the ground, was ground and pounding her, and just really made life miserable for her. Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler, part two. This is also one of the most exciting fight. I think this might be fight of the night, even though both fighters are older. I believe Nick Diaz is 38 and Robbie Lawler is 39. I think they're gonna have that rematch intensity to them. Every time you see a trilogy or a rematch like Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor, Chuck Liddell versus Randy Couture, they always bring that intensity. Robbie Lawler is gonna want to knock out Nick Diaz because Nick Diaz knocked him out the last fight when they fought a while back. Robbie Lawler had stints as a champion. He was a welterweight champion for a minute, lost it to Tyron Woodley. And then ever since, he's just been losing. He lost to Ben Askren. I forgot who else he lost to, but he's been losing. Nick Diaz been losing too. But I think it's gonna be the same story from the first fight. I think Nick Diaz do beat Robbie Lawler again. Because when you get older, right, as you get older, your power goes away. That's what Robbie Lawler had. He had knockout power. I don't think he has as much knockout power as he has speed. Speed goes away. So you could say that with Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler, speed and strength will be less because they're getting older. But I think Nick Diaz is just a better technical fighter. Even though he don't have that strength, he has cardio to stand toe to toe for a minute. And he also has a jiu-jitsu background. So I think he's going to come out on top. Curtis Blades versus Rosenstruck, the heavyweight fight on the main card. Don't know too much about them. I know that they're one of the top contenders, and they've been struggling against elite competition. Rosenstruck, I believe, got knocked out by Ngannou, and Blades just recently fought Derek Lewis and got knocked out. So both of these guys are bouncing back, trying to find their foot in the heavyweight division. I think Curtis Blades got this just because he has that potential. His wrestling skills is really good. He just needs to stop telegraphing his takedown because that's how he got knocked out from Derek Lewis uppercut. There's the next fight, or the fight before that. It's the women's flyweight, Jessica Andrade versus Cynthia Calvillo. I might just say Cynthia is gonna win because if she would win, she would face Shevchenko. I've seen that this is on the main card, both flyweight. I'm seeing that they're competing for the title again. I don't think Jessica is ready for Shevchenko again after the last time. So I think Cynthia Calvillo wins. Even the prelims got good fights. The bantamweight fight, Marlon Morav versus Morav. Seems like a good one. Dan Hooker is fighting. So this is gonna be a crazy pay-per-view tomorrow. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk about. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Stay safe, and peace. Posted on my blog, near my rim, this AD. I'm trying to wear some gold like a Laker number 3. Hit the liquor store, grab your strap and the EBT. Then back at the door with Cheetos and Arizona tea.